one.
These are good for cold weather. Groundbreakings we oftentimes do with cold ears and warm hearts. Every leader gets a curveball, and we got one that's kind of triply charged because we've got the health crisis, we have the economic crisis, and then we've got the protests for racial justice that came after the murder of George Floyd.
The whole world's watching!
I just think that housing has moved from being a backseat or maybe in the trailer being pulled issue to being a front seat issue. You know, it's universal. I mean, you know, everybody needs a home. It's just that some people don't have to think about it.
And never once have I stopped believing that we can end homelessness. I think the important distinction, though, is the question of will we end homelessness?
Yes, we can solve it. The issue is, do we want to? And do we have the political will to do it? And I am sad, sometimes heartbroken, that in spite of the resources and the effort, we can still go to downtown St. Paul, Minneapolis, other parts, and see people in encampments. It doesn't have to be that way.
A costly burden across Minnesota with over 400,000 households with incomes less than $50,000 a year, spending more than 30% of their income on housing alone.
So I would focus on production, and renovation, and then the combination of housing and services. And we know we have models to do that. We know how to do that.
All the while, construction costs skyrocket, rents rapidly rise, incomes stagnate, and now higher interest rates make it harder to buy a home. All adding up to a future in flux, especially for those experiencing housing instability.
We feel it, I feel it, on how big the need is and how much work that we are trying to put into this to increase access to housing. It is deeply, deeply important to us.
What gives me so much optimism, there is no better place to do this work than in Minnesota. No more of a supportive community. Levels of investments and buy-in from business, from foundations and others.
The agency has survived with its reputation intact, with marvelous people, and with a continued record of innovation and creativity and commitment.
What might the meaning of home look like for all Minnesotans in another 50 years? For Minnesota Housing, it's a lesson and a recognition the next half century cannot leave so many behind. The work continues, and it begins with who we are and how we dream and where we live.
And so I guess what I would love to say if I came back here in my final chapter is the coolest thing happened after I left, and it's when housing finance actually became a tool that was centered around communities of color and people who made the least and people experiencing homelessness, and that's when we saw things really break open.
It's not just where we sleep, it's where we live. It's where on summer nights we break down and forgive. It's where the kids come home and they're almost grown. They ease into their souls. So many things that make this place our home. I promise to keep singing if you ask me to. Paint the kitchen green, we'll make your bedroom blue. I know it's not been easy, love, but look at you. You're curled up by the window and you look brand new. It's not just where we sleep, it's where we live. It's where many things that make this place our home. Wake up, feel that sun. You are safe here. No need to run or pack up your things. Every day here we can start again. 'Cause it's not just where we sleep, it's where we live. It's where the walls are lined with all the lives we've lived. It's where the family fills that old wood table, make more bread and bring more chairs. It's nights like these that make this place our home. It's nights like these that make this place our home. So many things that make this place our home.